Today we're taking a look at Grand Archive Radiant Origins, the brand new set of Grand Archive to celebrate their 3rd anniversary. It has been 3 years of the game and it's been 3 months since main deck Dan convinced me to give this game a try. I have been procrastinating a little bit and haven't got as many games in as I would like to, primarily just because there's not been too many people on Sandbox when I've been around to play. However, when I heard about the 3rd anniversary set and how it was bringing some of the most anticipated cards back into the game, how it was a massive celebration of the game, from the magnetic locking boxes to the sleeves included, and the brand new onboarding multiplayer new player friendly format Pantheon, which I'm going to go into in some other videos, as well as the Mordred collection, which is giving access to some cards that have been quite hard to get hold of for new players. I am really excited to get more into this game, and I've even got myself signed up for a Pantheon event, even though I've never played that before. I'm really excited to see what I get in this box, and I'm just excited to learn more about this game. I've built my first Pantheon deck that I'm going to try and TTS sometime before I start buying cards, and it looks like an absolute monster, but I'll get into that also in another video. But for now, let's crack into some Radiant Origins. I immediately love the look of this box. I love... Usually on the Grand Archive boxes, it tells you what this is designed for, if it's clerics, if it's mages, if it's warriors. Not so much on the outside packaging for here. Just this beautiful gold embroidery. Amazing Grand Archive distilling. Beautiful. And I believe this is Sylvie. I apologize for this wrong. Grand Archive 3rd anniversary box. 24 booster box set. 1st edition. Not Ultra edition, although I'm not one of those people that cares if something is first or Ultra. I just care if I can play it. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Let's see if I can get the... Couldn't get the click... Oh, I can get the click though. Magnetic unsealed box. Oh, look at that. We've got the sigils and symbols beautifully put in there. 3 years have passed since Grand Archive crossed realms and woven legends alongside you. Together we have braved the chivalric trails of Cambria, where the first heroes step foot into the unknown. We adventure into Azeroth, a realm where invention and machinery reshaped what magic could be. We march through turbulent battlefields of Sangu, where strategy, loyalty, and destiny could be the upheaval of power love. We descend into the wondrous depths of Underland, where you are forced to take a look in the mirror and confront our own truths. Every world we explore and every chapter we wrote was made possible because you walked this path with us in earnest. And the most uncertain moments, you believed in Grand Archive, and I believe carried us across continents, cultures, and mythologies. Your support has shaped every triumph and steadied every through trail. As we look to realms yet unseen, we hope to continue earning your trust and compassion over the years. With utmost gratitude, weebs of the coast. Ooh, let me put it. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful statement and sentiment. I love to see that. So there are 24 packs in here. And then you just end up with a pretty cool looking deck box. So you can put your deck boxes in here. You can store your cards. It's really cool, nice piece of collectomania here. Absolutely love that. And if you want to just kind of display it, it acts as a box end as well. Absolutely love that. Very classy move by Grand Archive there. Now, I still don't know much about these cards, what the keywords and actually do. I'm looking forward to learning more about that as I go on. So do bear with me if I don't react ridiculously, if I don't know what a card does and I pull something hot. I know I'm looking for full art signature ones and foils. But other than that, let's get into Grand Archive Radiant Origins. Now, I don't believe there's a pack trick to Grand Archive, but let's take a look what we've got here. We've got a Flower Bud token, Dazzling Courtesan, Corruption, Favorable Winds. I know this from my Jin Star deck. Four of Spades. I need these for my Pantheon deck. Black Ice Spellweave, Stealth, Floating Memory with the Celestial Navigation, Ash Flinch Bowman, Trump Set. And need these as well for my Pantheon. Brisk Wind Trotter, Halcyon Almus, materialize the regalia from your material deck or banishment. You still pay. Ooh, pulling from banishment is cool. And we get an SR Radiant Origins Guardian Omnishroud. No idea what Omnishroud means. Omnishroud, whenever a unit source you control deals 4 more damage, put a training counter on Radiant Origin Guardian. Class bonus, so if it's a Guardian, sacrifice Radiant Origin Guardian of the Guardian. Level up your character. Activate this ability only if there are 5 or more training counters. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So whenever a unit source I control deals 4 more damage, put a training counter on there. If you can get 5 training counters, then you get to level up your character. That's pretty decent. Sneaking a cheeky level up on your character is what makes Dungeon Guides so good, and what I've been trying to figure out how to do more of. Spirit Shard, sacrifice, draw a card. Nazgûl Barrier, prevent the next +1 level damage that would be dealt to your champion this turn. Ignited Stab, Tune Up. Recover 2 if you have an automaton. You recover 4, so that's healing. Gale's Mare, Manifest Threat, Leaping Regency, Reaping Legacy. Reaping Legacy gets +1 damage, +1 power for each sword regalia in your banishment. Sacred Barrier. The next time an ally would be dealt non-combat damage, prevent 4 of that. Reactive Drone, Crooksite. Displace, a rare. Banish target ally, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control rested. Ooh. Put it in class bonus if it's clerical mage, enlighten your character. Volcanic Crescendo. Mage skill harmony, banish any amount of fire cards from your graveyard. Empower 3 + X. X equals the number of cards. Banish this way. Harmonize. If you haven't activated a melody card, so deal X damage to each champion. So you pay this for 2, you banish any number of fire cards from your discard, you then get to empower +X or 3. Say you do 5, we empower 8, which means your next spell has an additional 8 to it. And then you also harmonize, so if you haven't activated a melody, you get to deal X damage to each champion. Oh, we do love multi-hit effects in Pantheon. Let's keep digging. Frazier. Sacrifice Frazier, recover 1. 2 of diamonds. Retort 2, Cardify, empower 2. Scry the stars. Focal intensity. Escape wreckage. Reusing slime. Trivial trinket. Spurred Gallop, Protector Raccoon, fast activation so you can play it at fast speed. Prevent the next 2 damage that would be able to target animal. Target opponent banishes a card from their graveyard. Ooh. Crooksite yet again. Hymn of Gaia's Grace, a terror element. Glimpse 3, draw a card. You may put an animal or beast ally card with reserve cost level or less from your hand onto the field. If you do, you may change the target of an attack to that ally. And then an elude plans, assassin, class bonus, element bonus. Put 2 preparation counters on your champion. Whenever you reveal this card from your memory, put a preparation counter on your champion. This is one that main deck Dan. This is one that I was considering running in my Xander Pantheon deck. Lesser Boon or Scribers. Boons are a brand new type that is Pantheon exclusive. As you gain this boon, scavenge 10 for a spell card. To scavenge an amount, reveal top cards of your deck until you reveal that many cards until you reveal that specified card. Put the specified card into your hand and the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. So you just keep looking at top cards of your deck until you hit a spell. Pretty decent for a lesser boon. Battlefield Benediction, Angel Attendant, Find Recipe, Scavenge 6 for a potion, Razor Gale Calling. This card costs 2 less to spell to play for your cleric. Whenever you activate a wind elemental card, deal 1 damage to target champion. Interesting. Shield Bearer, Blazing Light, Angelic Vanguard, Roots of Tomorrow, Fertile Grounds. We get a rare in Disintegrate, Efficiency. This card costs level less to activate. Level refers to your champion's level. Destroy target ally or regalia. And then we get Chasing Shadows Umbra. Another rare. On enter, you gain agility 3. Return 3 cards from your memory to your hand at the beginning of the end phase. Sustain bonus. Whenever you gain agility, allies you control named Ominous Shadow get +1 attack until the end of turn. Really cool. Although, I guess you gain agility, then you gain the cards in turn. So you play this, and all your Ominous Shadows get a buff. That's really cool. Blightroot Herb, Forborn Swing, Banner Slime. Cute little guy, just with his flag. Blazing Destroyer, Steadfast. This ally can retaliate while rested, does not need resting to do it. Whenever Blazing Desire is attacked, deal 2 damage to the attacker and your champion. Cheeky little Jin tech there. Battlefield Benediction, Twin Gale Parry, Banner Raccoon. As long as target opponent has no cards in their graveyard, other Raccoon allies get +1. Glacier Remnants, Allowance Race, Vanish from Sight, Sasha Purifying Acolyte, Foster. At the beginning of your recollection phase, if this ally hasn't been dealt damage since the end of your previous turn, it becomes fostered. On Foster, banish all cards in all graveyards. Whoo! I can see we got a Sasha Raccoon build going here. If 1 or more cards would enter a player's graveyard while Sasha's fostered, banish them instead. Okay, floating memory means nothing to Sasha. SR Dissipation. Cleric spell Exalted. This element is enabled as long as you have another advanced element enabled. Destroy all Phantasia. Woo. Nice. Oh, we got a Merlin card. Memorite Abilif. Token. Gorilla Advantage. Put 2 preparation characters on your champion. If you're an assassin, as long as your opponent controls 3 or more units, it costs 2 less to activate. Chilling Touch. More Raccoons. Dazzling Courtesan. Apostle of the Woods. Triumphant March. Classic Opening. Command Chessman. So you get to attack this and also then... Oh, you get to attack with this through a chessman. Exia Sight, draw a card, damage 20 or higher. The next card you activate turn costs 1 less to activate as a cleric spell. Interesting. Aiden Protector, Intercept, which means if your champion's been attacked, he can jump in the way. On enter, return an ally you control to your hand. You have Spell Shroud with the Void Cloak, meaning you can't be targeted for spells. And then we get the Radiant Origin Ranger. Omni Shroud. Whenever a ranger you control becomes distant, put a training counter on Ranger. On the Ranger. Class bonus is if you're Ranger. Sacrifice level your champion if there are 6 or more training counters. Okay. I'm starting to see a trend when it comes to these. I imagine these are more Pantheon based than competitive based. Volina, Inspiring Ether Charge, Crowd Guards Slash, Forward Steed, Mnemonic Charm, a Foiled Pearled Prayer. Draw a card into memory. If you activate this card during your main phase, recover 7, otherwise recover 4. That's a 2. There's a 2-cost spell that says recover 7 or recover 4 and draw a card into memory. That's decent. Siphoning Stab. As long as the attacker is attacking using a pole arm weapon, Siphoning Stab on hit recovers X. X equals the amount of damage dealt on hit, and this is dealing 3 on itself. That's really cool. 8 of Hearts, a fire suited spell. While paying for this card's reserve cost, you may sacrifice 2 suited allies with reserve 4 or less. Each ally sacrifice pays for 3 of that cost. So you can pay this for 2 if you sacrifice 2 allies. 2 the 3 cost allies. 2 allies, nice. Surging Search. Distilled Water. Slay the King. On attack, you may banish a card from your material leg. If you do, Slay the King gains. On kill, you may banish the you may play the banished card. Okay, interesting, risky, but could pay off. And then we get a rare Flourishing Key. Whenever you're shifting currents change facing any direction to north, while this card's activation on the effect stack, put 4 charge counters on that activation. Deal level plus X to target. X is the number of charge counters on this card's activation. Whew. I think I understand what that card's doing, but at the same time I could be very, very wrong. Springleaf, Stable Remnant, Windy Leap, Spring Cleaning, Bolt of Diamonds. Costs 2 less to play if you're level 2 or higher. Deal 1 damage to target unit and a fast activation. Floral Arrangement, Gunsmith Arsenal, Slimecore Cyclone, Conqueror, Arcane Sight, Blood Seeker Mangus, Exia as a rare. On enter, deal 3 unpreventable damage to your champion. It's a 3/2 for 1 cost, plus 20 damage ephemerate. Pay 1, you may activate this card from your discard by paying its cost. All ally cards players will become ephemeral when they enter the battlefield. When they enter the field. And we get a Decaying Reproach. Look at that art. Beautiful art. Decaying Reproach. As additional cost to activate this card, remove up to 4 wither counters from objects you don't control. Deal 3 plus X damage to target unit, where X is twice the amount of wither cards removed. Dio-chan bonus. Discard this card from your hand, draw 2 cards into your memory, and recover 2. Okay. That's pretty cool. So you essentially double the cost, but you get to recover 2, draw a card into memory, and deal 11 max to a unit. Decent. Blackrock, Slash, Fast Cure, Nipping Kicker, Recurring Ether Charge, Clumsy Apprentice, Haunting Apparition, love that art. Petalfall Embrace. Each player recovers 8 plus level. That's a good way to get Crown's favor. Exia Sight. We get an Ace and Protector, We get a Fury. As additional cost to activate the spell, as additional cost to activate this card, de-level your champion and recover 5. To de-level your champion, return the top card of the lineage to material deck. Deal 7 damage among. What? I guess we got some cool on-enter abilities. And then we get a rare Liquidation, 2 cost slow. Deluge 10. If there are 10 or more water elemental cards in your graveyard, deal 7 damage to target. And the flavor text just says drown, which is hilarious. Don't think we've seen any champions yet, which is odd, but hopefully we're going to see some. Obelith, Purifier, Second Wind, Buddy Raccoon, Shade Mist Priest, Barrier, Proto Archive Scout, 5 of Diamonds, Imperial Countermeasure, Distilled Water, Erratic Bolt, deal level damage to target, class bonus with your mage, banish 2 cards at random from your memory. If you do, draw 2 cards. And then we get a Shaded Doppelganger. Umbra Assassin Human Stealth. Shaded Doppelganger gets plus X attack, where X is the highest base power stat among other allies you control. So the stronger your field is, the stronger the assassin is. That's really cool. Volina, Hidden Secrets, Fireball, Mage, this costs 2 less, deal 1 plus level to target, Apostle of the Woods, Frostbind, Fast Cure, Celestial Navigation, Ashfelched Bowman, Reaping Legacy, Arcane Sight, 1000 Refractions, prepare 1, on hit, if 1000 Refraction was prepared, wake up your champion and return it to its own, and return this to its owner's hand. Nice. Stifling Aether Charge, negate all on-enter abilities from target ally. So cool SR. You may load Stifling Archives into a Aether Wing weapon you control. Ooh. So you get to negate. You get to negate all on-enter abilities from a target ally, and then load it as a bolt or gun into an Aether weapon. That's really cool. Surprise Reveal, Fireball, Buddy Raccoon, Weepy Lind, Unbroken Mustang. A lot of cool horse stuff in here. Forbidden Teachings, Sacred Barrier, Reactive Drone, Focused Flames, 3 of Spades, Potion Infused Volatility, and Jin Villain Abyss, unique ally cleric human. Arisana bonus, if you would summon 1 or more Silvershine or Freshia tokens, summon that many Volana tokens instead, which is what we got at the start. I know I just saw one not so long ago, but guess not in this pack. Okay, second half of the pack. Let's see. Second half of the box. Let's see what we can get here. Titan Mark II, Shieldmate, Witch, Crowd Guards Slash, Schwartz Castler, 8 of Spades, Blood Dragon's Pact, ally link. This object enters the field linked to target ally. If the link is broken, sacrifice this object. Linked ally gets +4/+4. At the beginning of each end phase, deal 4 unpreventable damage to your champion. Equinox Hour, banish Equinox Hour, draw a card, and target opponent may materialize a card from the material deck, paying all costs. Vulnerable Sage, Astral Sight, Deflecting Advantage, 1 cost, Warrior Skill, Polearm's reaction, prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target from sources you don't control for every 3 damage counters on your champion. Jin bonus, choose a pole arm weapon you control and trigger each of its effects on end effects, then put a durability counter on it. So if I have 30 damage on Jin, then I can prevent 10 damage from an ally to prevent 10 damage from sources I do not control, and then I also get to trigger and make my weapons more durable. Distorted reality, you are. Alice bonus, put all cards from your deck into your graveyard, then put any amount of Spectre cards from your graveyard with a total reserve cost of 30 or less onto the field. They each become ethereal and then ephemerate for 15, so you get to play it from the discard for 15. That is a high cost spell, but essentially you just slam everything onto the board and go, this is my last turn, and this is going to do something. That is absolutely beautiful art. That probably should go in a sleeve. Springleaf, Refracting Missiles, Excitable Raccoon, Scorching Knowledge, Prestige Slash, Oblique Call, Trinket, Gallop, Protector Raccoon, Colstain Archer. Ooh. Fulminating Storm. Remove 9 enlightening counters from your champion. Deal X damage to each champion you don't control, where X is the number of counters removed this way. Class bonus, for every 3 enlightened counters removed, draw a card and a free cost spell. Nice. We got another UR immediately. Lightweaver's Infinite Shaping. Xander bonus, reveal cards you reveal from your memory have all abilities of each other card revealed this way from your memory. On enter, reveal all cards in your memory. At the beginning of your end phase, sacrifice Lightweaver's Infinite Shaping. Cards you reveal from your memory have all abilities of all other cards revealed this way from your memory. On enter, reveal all cards from your memory. I don't think I'm smart enough to understand how this card is played. But it's pretty. It's Xander, which I'm starting to love a lot more. And I will now go ask Dan why this is such a powerful card. Baby Slime, Slime Swarm, Kicker, Turbocharge, Navigate the Streets, Foil Focus Gem, Exalted, Hindered, Banish Focus Gem. The next card you activate this turn costs 3 less to activate. Hemorrhage Intimidation. Activate this card during your opponent's recollection phase. Draw a card into your memory. Class bonus. The next card your opponent activates this turn costs 1 more to activate for every 8 damage counters on your champion. I mean, that just seems fun. Benediction Angel, Imperial Countermeasure, Luxem Sight, Avatar of Gaia, which ally link, preserve, linked has taunt and loses pride, and Frozen Divinity. If a champion with base level 2 you don't control would level up into a champion card, return that card to its owner's material deck instead. At the beginning of your end phase, if your champion didn't level up this turn, sacrifice Frozen Divinity. Whenever your champion levels up into a champion with base 3, sacrifice Divinity and draw a card into memory. So essentially you want to get this down early and just stop them leveling up to level 3 before you. That card made sense. Servant, Vantage, Dewy Slime, Escape the Wreckage, False Tidings, Gale's Mare, another Intimidation, Benediction Angel, Beast Bonder, Van Ucker Acolyte. On enter, destroy target regalia with memory of 0. Level 3 plus champion, it gets plus 3 damage, so it kind of sits there doing nothing. Reverent Seraphim, Advanced Imbue 2. You may reserve all cards revealed. You may You may reserve all cards revealed as you activate this card. You may reserve all cards revealed as you activate this card. If at least 2 are advanced elements, this card becomes imbued. As long as Reverend Seraphim is imbued, all other allies get -1. You may reserve all cards revealed as you act. I need to look into how that works. And then we get a Verdure of Preservation, Mage spell, Unique Phantasm, conquering bonus. Whenever your shifting currents change to facing the next clockwise direction, reveal top card of your deck, put it into your material deck preserved. Sacrifice Preservation, Empower X, where X is twice the amount of preserved cards in your material deck. Activate only if there are 5 or more preserved cards in your material deck. So you're just kind of setting up there to imbue a lot and empower a lot. Lesser Boon of Dukes. Champion class lock 2 Guardian, and when you activate this boon, an ally you control gains fostered. Streets. Intensity, 2 of Spades, Frostbind, Forbidding Teachings, Surging Obstruction, Table Straight. Reveal any number of suited cards from your memory, depending on the length of the longest consecutive streak of reserve costs among them. Reveal this way, and suited allies you control. If it's 2, 3, or 4, you draw a card. If it's 5 or 6, you draw 2 cards. If it's 7 or more, you draw 3 cards. So essentially, you need to have a lot of suited cards that all match up. Elusive Headhunter. Elusive Headhunter attacks cannot be retaliated. On kill, gain agility 3. Terrasite. Beastal Frenzy. Tamer on choose 1 class bonus, choose 2. Instead, your champion gains 1 level. Target beast ally gains +1. Or target beast gains cleave, all until the end of turn. And then we have the Dwarf Stars Glow. Star calling 1, so as long as you're looking at this card while glimpsing, you may activate it by paying its cost. If you do, put all of the cards you're looking at the bottom of your deck in any order. Deal 2 damage to target unit. If Dwarf Star Glow was star called, put it into its owner's memory. That's really cool, because you get it for cheaper. So you get it for cheaper by paying 1 instead of 2 to do it. And then if it was star called, it goes into memory, which means you're gaining more resources or just getting to play again next turn. Nice bit of recursion there. Pawn Piece, Second Wind, Simple Slime, Tune Up, Scorching Knowledge, Blood Seeker Mangus Foil. On enter, deal 3 damage to your champion. Ephemerate 1. Beautiful. Let's get a sleeve for that. Inferno Slime. He's just a happy little guy. Flourish Restoration. Reliable Cavalier. 3 of Spades. Pearl Prayer. As our rare, let us recover 4/7. Blue Ace of Diamonds. On enter, generate up to X bolt of diamonds and put them into your memory. X is 0. X is 0 depending on the total reserve cost of suited objects you control. 6 is 1, 10 is 2, 21 is 4. Floating memory. So if it dies, it's floating memory. And if you have a reserve cost, if you have a total reserve cost of 21, you get 4 you get 4 bolts of diamonds. That's pretty decent. Mana Root, Raccoon, Spellweaver, Mob Vantage, Favorable Winds, 5 of Spades. I think I'm getting close to getting my Pantheon deck with all this suited. Unstable Voltage, Otherworldly Possessions, Protector, Umbrasight, Iron Halo Force Field Node. If damage would be dealt to another object you control, prevent 2 damage of that. At the beginning of phase, put a durability counter on Iron Halo for each for up to 2 tokens you control. So you can get up to 2. Sanctified Paladin fostered. As long as Sanctified Paladin is fostered, it gets +3/+3 and has vigor. And unfostered, draw 2 cards. Ominous Shadow attacks are unblockable. If damage would be dealt to Ominous Shadow, prevent 3 damage rate. And Ominous Shadow may only declare attacks against units your champion has dealt combat damage to this turn. Explains why they're unblockable. Reduced to Ash, Shield Bearer, Adornment, Message in Shadows, Mnemonic Charm, Summon, Longbowman, Light Veil Agent, Raise the Lands, destroy target domain, floating memory, Fracturize. Target weapon becomes a Cleric Fractile Phantasmal reversible and loses all other reservable and loses all other abilities, floating memory. And we get a Seraphim. Very cool. 4 packs left. Lesser Boon of Alex. As you get this boon, put up to 4 target regalias from banishment into the owner's material deck. Chilling Touch, Hidden Secrets, Ignite Fate, Mystic Purifier, Scatter Essence, Royal Line Defense, Iridescent Resurgence, Unforgotten Will, Archer, Spark Fairy, Stealth on enter target non-champion object gains at the beginning of your collection phase. Deal 1 unpreventable damage to your champion as long as you gain Spark Fairy. That's just asking to be killed. Devise Conspiracy, Tristan prepare 2. Your champion's next attack this turn gets +2 strength. If Devise Conspiracy was prepared, until the end of your turn, your champion and allies you control in Ominous Shadow gain on champion hit. Banish the top card that plays deck face down. As long as it's banished, you may play it ignoring elemental costs. Okay, seems nasty. Razorvine, Banner Slime, Find Recipe, Bolt of Diamonds, Tomb Sweep, Twin Gale Parry, Stellar Bloom, Found Power, Zephyr, Slice and Dice, Heirloom of a Spectra, banish Heirloom so to choose 1 until the end of the turn. Cards in each opponent's memory are normal elements and lose all abilities. Choose a curse card in the champion's lineage and banish it. Or you can pay for it and banish it to draw a card into memory. Sabella Gotterman, Penance, a Crux Warrior. On enter, choose a sword regalia in your memory, costs 1 or less from your banishment. Put it into the field. Put a bond counter on it. It gains +2 for as long as you control Sabella. And then on leave, sacrifice each regalia with a bond counter on it. Oh, you sacrifice each regalia with a bond on it. Ooh. Drone, Servant, Perch, Floral Arrangement, Creative Shock, Iridescent Resurgence, return target non-champion, non-regalia Crux elemental card from your banishment or graveyard to your memory. Everlonging Fawns, Silver Soldier, Free of Diamonds, Neos Sight, Loss Providence, Divine Relic, Hindered. You may activate this card from your utility deck. If you do, it enters the field ephemeral. Banish Lost Providence, draw a card, and Verdancy. If the winds change from east to south, recover 4 and floating memory. Interesting. Definitely need to have a play about this setup. Silvershine, Gorilla Advantage, Recurring Ether Charge, Razor Gale Calling, Portly Raccoon, Shade Mist Priest, Slime Party, Forge Warden, Ordained Charisma, Focus Flames, Soothing Potion, Fontic Blade, Assassin Dagger. Fontic Blade gains plus 1 to each refinement counter on it. Class bonus: whenever you recover, put a refinement counter on Fontic Blade. So you kind of sit there and let it get a lot of counters on there. So that is my Radiant Origins box. I do apologize for the quality. I didn't realize quite how. I do apologize for quality. I didn't realize quite how bad the light was going to be with these cards. Every time I kind of go away to record stuff out away from home, I have to reset up, and I'm trying to find the perfect way to do it. I think this is really cool. I think the letter on the back was a really classy move as well. I'm really excited to play some of these games. I'm gonna go record now my Pantheon stuff because I want to play this game, and I've been having a lot of fun doing what I have. If you have any tips or if there's anything I pulled which is insane to play, do let me know. I'm looking forward to playing as much of this as I can, and I'm really excited to crack some more Radiant Origins when I can get a hold of it. Thanks everyone for being here. Let me know what your favourite pull was. Let you know what I should build. At the minute, I'm kind of focusing on Jin. It was the first character I really fell in love with, and I think playing that character until I know more about the game is how I'm going to get better at the game. That's it from me. Let me know what kind of content you would love to see on Grand Archive, and I'm going to hopefully make some more about this.